All right, the president's speech has just ended, and this is Ricard from New York. People are all flocking over there. Ricard, what did you think of the speech?
I loved it. I love everything he does anyway. I've been a fan since Woman Ring of Mr. Trump. I'm very pleased and appreciative of his America First MAGA agenda. I believe he's respectful of women of all races, nationalities, Christians, Jews, everyone we hope will come to this country is able and capable and loving. That's what he said, and that's what I support as well.
Now, one of the things about the speech that struck me is how he talked about the Florida shooting in terms of solutions,
yes,
rather in terms of, oh, there's the platitudes for years, platitudes for years. Here's a solution emphasizing the love of the teachers for their students versus the, I think it really struck a chord, and I don't know, I think with the audience as well.
One of the biggest audience applause lines was when he recommended that we recognize the love that the teachers have for the students, and how many of them, what a great percentage are probably vets and military, well trained with arms.
That's a very worthwhile point to have made, and I've actually written about that, so I particularly like that.
I bet you did.
The one thing that surprised me about the speech, and I know I was typing all the time, so I might have missed it. I didn't hear him mention the defeat of ISIS, which is a big achievement, but I didn't hear it listed among the achievements, which surprised me a little bit.
It surprised me too, although I hadn't thought of it till you brought it up. I think partially it's because it's easy to overlook the extent of what they've been able to do to ISIS, so we get kind of comfortable with the belief that it's all over. Of course, tantamount with that would be the alignment of making Jerusalem known as the capital of Israel. So we know that that's a slap in the face of ISIS right there.
And he talked about common sense, and how important was the idea of using common sense to deal with things?
Well, it's everything, as you know, as an American person growing up, all of us who were raised in this country, common sense is something that we know is so uncommon that it's actually very rare. So, but it's still, it's a turn on the word that it's not really common, but it makes such perfect sense that when one realizes, then of course it's known as to being the only truth.
Now I'm going to ask you the questions I've asked everybody else, unless you have to run very quickly. I'll go as fast as I can. And I know the answer to the first question, but I have to ask this because I've asked everybody. Trump year one, thumbs up or thumbs down? What did you like best? What did you like least?
I like least. Wow.
Well, what did you, first, thumbs up or thumbs down? And what did you like best? And what did you like least?
I like best the fact that there were people in that audience who had not heard the snake story, and it's always so compelling.
That's Al Wilson did the song, if I remember right. I could be wrong.
I'm not sure, but it always works. It worked there, and so many people hadn't heard it. I was shocked. And what I like least, I suppose, would be the somewhat soft feeling. I'm not sure where he really stands on the gun thing, but I think I know where he stands. That's
okay.
About it.
Obviously, election 2018 coming up. One vote margin in the Senate, but a favorable map. 25 votes in the House. Less favorable map. Do the Republicans hold the House and Senate?
I think so. I think we gain.
You think we gain? And what can President Trump do besides this speech about getting? And I thought he was very perceptive.
He's got to go on the road.
Go on the road. My personal opinion is he gives a speech in the districts. Those districts win. Yep. And he talked about DACA and the wall. Would you make the deal?
I would make a deal, but DACA would be minimized as much as possible. The deal would be the wall, the wall, the wall, the wall. E-verify, that's critical. In-chain, I would hate to see any of those points offered without the wall.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of CPAC.